Turismo 4. I'm a genius. No, this is terrible. This is like worse than mobile games. Hey everybody, welcome back to Coffee Break, and today we have another weird controller. Last time we had the Nerf controller, this time we have the Steam controller. And no, it doesn't run on Steam if you are unfamiliar with this piece of technology. So today we're going to be talking about the Steam controller. Was it ahead of its time? Was it weird? I don't know. Let's talk about it. Alright, so let's first start off with the design. Right off the bat, it looks nothing like an Xbox controller, nothing like a PlayStation controller, but it has these two giant thumb pads, and these are actually touch sensitive. It's actually responsive to where you actually put an input with your hand, which is pretty cool. I think that was a really innovative thing. And not only that, if you thought that was it, no, it was ahead of its time because it had these paddles on the back, just like a car. Vroom vroom. Or the Pro, like a Pro Elite Xbox controller. Yeah, so let's actually take a look at like the buttons, construction, and quality. So this is actually made out of plastic. You actually can't buy these anymore. They've been discontinued, and actually, believe it or not, when they were when they were getting taken off the shelves, they were going for $5 a pop. So if you were there at the time when they were pretty much getting rid of their stock, you literally could have bought a ton of these. Like, you could have probably bought 10 of these for the price of one. So yeah, let's look at the buttons. You have the A, B, X, and Y, like your Xbox controller configuration. You got a Steam button, the select and start. You have your classic analog stick, and then you have the touchpads, which we all love. And then instead of a secondary thumbstick, you have the touchpads. And then you have the triggers here. So the thing that is important to keep in mind here is these triggers. So this trigger is actually clicky, as you can hear. So yeah, the two front bumpers are clicky, and then the back actually has a pressure. But I've tested it in games, and these aren't actually pressure sensitive. It just has extra oomph before you click, but it's also clicky. Listen. And then you have these two. You can actually see the batteries peeking through. These are also very clicky. It feels like you're gonna break it, but it actually just rebounds. It is pretty reliable. Alright, and then you can actually get in and remove the batteries. Very conveniently. You just pretty much put your thumb in there. It'll come right out. Oh, I believe I've had a lot of trouble. Oh. Yeah, with this, I've had a lot of trouble on this side. I don't know if it's just this controller, if it's this model, but this side seems to come out pretty easily. But then this one needs a little bit of extra oomph. And then you can just slide them out. Come out! That's the Steam controller from your construction point. And you can see the little mini one mimics every aspect of it. You gotta love it. I actually love this thing, like a little novelty. I used to have it on my backpack, but it broke, unfortunately. So, alright, let's move on to gameplay. Let's move on to configuration. Oh, and I forgot to say this. It has gyro controls. You can actually rotate it, and it'll actually respond to your input. So that's pretty good for a racing game. I'll show that, and I'll pretty much show off every input configuration that I think is pretty unique and worthy. Also, happy spooky season. Alright guys, welcome to the Steam interface. Alright. So let's actually go into controller customization. So here you can see you have game, rumble, Steam haptics, and then we can actually go and edit our desktop layout. So here I have it where the triggers are actually connected to my mouse and as well as the trackpads. So, believe it or not, I can actually control the controller with my Steam controller. Or control the mouse. So let's actually go into a game. Alright guys, welcome to Gran Turismo 4. Alright, let's just use Racing Hard. Let's put it out of 5. Alright, Alright guys, welcome to Seattle Circuit. This is a very technical track, so I feel like it's a very good test on not only my skills, but whether or not the controller can take my inputs and translate it into gameplay. And so far, it's so good. Alright. Ooh. Alright, so one of my first complaints is that I have to reach over and, oh, that actually hurts. I have to reach over and stretch my fingers just to shift up and down, which is a maneuver I have to do multiple times throughout this race, or even gameplay in general, unless the car just has one drive. But that's aside the fact. One thing too to notice is that the panos, which this car is, can be very slippery. This is just my bad driving, so not mind that. But the analog stick's doing pretty good. And I'm actually glad that this thing is capable of taking keyboard input and translating it into just everyday gamepad compatibility. So that actually makes me really happy. And the Steam controller, I didn't go out of my way to buy it. I've actually had the Steam controller. I have a big collection of like miscellaneous controllers. And this one I just happen to have lying around, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot this thing existed. And that's what I feel like the Steam controller is. It's just it's cool, but it's not cool and practical for like everyday daily use. It was just like the Nerf controller that I reviewed, which you should definitely watch. It's cool on paper, but it's not really something that you would use. And while I am winning, I have crashed a lot, and my arm is actually starting to feel very uncomfortable. And I know I don't have the biggest hands too, but I can't imagine if a kid had this. This would be terrible. And you know, it might be like uni. Oh, what about the paddles on the back? Why don't you use those? We'll get to that in the next part of this. So, I actually did a short track, not only to showcase this car, showcase the car, the controller's capability, but to pretty much just give it a feel. And on other controllers, I use the same controller layout, so I wanted to give it a fair chance. I feel this part of my arm is actually starting to hurt, and I'm getting a lot of pain on this part of my wrist or thumb, so that is a big problem with that. Alright, so the next part is going to be gyro mode. Alright, so I've mapped the up and down shift to these triggers back here, or the little paddle flaps, like it would be like a steering wheel. I have the gas and brake mapped to here, and then I have gyro steering. This is actually going to be one of the cooler coffee breaks that I've made, so... Oh, Coffee Break, the name actually comes from this game, a mode in this game, so I'm very excited to actually be able to test this out. Oh no, you're not doing this to me, game. Uh-oh. Come on. Oh no. No. It really is like a steering wheel. Oh my god. I knew it wasn't going to be perfect. Oh yeah, this is actually difficult. Okay, the gyro input's probably not the best. What if I do it like this? Oh, that's... Man, I would have been like, wow, I added gyro controls to Gran Turismo 4. I'm a genius. No, this is terrible. This is like worse than mobile games. Oh my god. Oh look, you can even see him steering in the car. Oh, this is terrible. Oh my god. This is so bad. I have an idea. I have a better way to showcase the gyro controls. Gyro, whatever. Alright, I got it. Oh, I'm gonna crash. Oh, it's like I'm learning how to drive in a parking lot. But I figured this was the better way to show... Oh my god, I feel like I'm learning how to drive a car again. So, welcome to Upsetto. It's making me Upsetto. Assetto Corsa, and we're on Burnout Paradise, pretty much. The Paradise City map. I figured what better map? Oh my god. To show off the gyroscope than here. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is... Alright, we're doing pretty good. Oh! Oh! And we're back. I will say this has been a learning curve and experience for me. I'm trying my best to steer all the way right, but it's not working. It's funny because I don't even think this game was meant for regular driving. It was meant for arcadey drifting. As you could see by that giant jump. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I'm done. Oh, I'm done for. I guess I am now. What if I do this? Oh my god. Nope, I guess we're going this way. Oh my god, what's wrong? Okay, that's weird, because look, when I turn right, it goes left. But when I go right, it goes right. What the heck is happening? Well, I did have a lot of fun using this Steam controller, and it was an interesting experience. It's just not practical. It's really awkward. You have to use rechargeable batteries just to make this thing practical, which I feel like it's kind of outdated. And the touch controls are, you have to do a lot of configuration each time you go into a new game. It's cool. There's a lot of inputs. It's probably even ahead of its time, but I just think the form factor, while it is ergonomic, it's not for everyone. It is so cool, but I had a lot of strain on my arm and a lot of strain on my fingers, and the gyro wasn't that responsive, and I tried calibrating it multiple times to no avail, but I had a lot of fun. This thing is really cool. I think it's even iconic, and I'm pretty sure Steam thinks so too. And I love having this little thing. I even had it as a keychain before it broke. But unfortunately, all good things cannot last like this keychain. So that was the Steam controller. This has been Unique to Turismo and Coffee Break. You all have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next video.